Hello, welcome to yet another Wind in the Willows video review. This week, Harvest, or The Harvest as some people call it. I like to think it's just Harvest from Series 2. I always regard this as a real classic. It was the first episode on the Autumn Antics video, released many times, and I've got fond memories of it from an early age. Wonderful episode, beautifully shot, the colours are gorgeous. It's the ultimate autumn episode, in my opinion. So let's crack on. So let's play now. Right, now. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, so, like I say, this was on the Autumn Antics video, and it's not one I had, I didn't get it brand new. I remember we saw it at a car boot sale, and I've no idea which year it was, but my birthday was approaching, and I think I was with my parents at the boot sale, and I saw it and I thought, oh my god, I've got to have that. I already had the Winter Tales video, my brother had Spring Follies. I think I've said before, never got the summer one as a child, but this was a big hole. It was like, oh my gosh, I've got to have this. And I remember when my birthday came, my nan was round. She'd come round the house, and we never got round to watching the video. I so desperately wanted to watch it. I was sulking. I remember I was sulking, and they said, "Oh, okay, let's put it on then." And it was so exciting, vivid memories of it from those wonderful times for me. So it's a great episode. I think it's nice to have an episode in the great outdoors. Primarily, it takes place outdoors, apart from the first scene. And like I say, it's the ultimate autumn episode because it's just so rich in colour. I mean, straight away we've got these wonderful opening titles. We've got look at the way that's beautifully illustrated by Bev Bush. The leaves, got all the leaves and the berries. It's an episode about what the title says, isn't it? It's gathering in of harvest festival time, and all that kind of thing, which is what's going on right now in 2019. So again, I think I got this in a good place. And we open, typically, like many episodes do, in the coziness, the warmth of one of the characters' houses, in this case Badger's. And I always like when Toad is the last to be revealed. There he is there. And what's happening is, as this happens often as well, Ratty and Mole agreeing with Badger, make the most of all the berries, the fruits that are out there, gather them in for the winter. And Toad, of course, is thinking, oh, do what I do, get a hamburger. So Toad's always thinking of the easy way, isn't he? He's kind of like, doesn't want to. It sounds like too much like hard work to him, so he's just not really up for it. And I like this, where Toad's just all right, well. Really fun. And again, it's beautifully shot. We've got these shots of. I kind of get the sense of this early morning there, and and this is a nice, funny scene with the weasel. And we're building up now to, the weasel's obviously always the antagonists, and in this case, they're going to be up to no good. So it gives the episode an edge. It's not simply just about gathering the harvest. It's about what the weasels are going to get up to. That's just how the chief calls them gentlemen then. That way, gentlemen. You get these nods to sort of the classes, and it's obviously Wind in the Willows is full of that. Kind of weasels are the working classes, or represent the working classes. Kind of controversial, if anyone hasn't read The Wild Wood, you really should. I think it's by Jan Needle. I think I got that right. The Wild Wood. It's a novel, basically the same story of the original Wind in the Willows, but told from the weasel's perspective. Really good. I like what the henchman did then of Skinny is trying to stand up for himself, standing in for the chief, being his own chief. Notice how they're wrapped up quite like with scarves and things, so you get the sense that it's a cold autumn's day. I must say, at the moment in 2019, we've got some beautiful weather. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So So notice how Toad just lights up the screen with his presence. He's just so, not only with the visuals, but the music, it's all just comes to life. And it's great that he's got all this energy. You know, he's there, he didn't want to be there before, but now he's up for it, or he seems up for it. But probably because he's got this hamper. He's got this hamper in mind, he's looking forward to breakfast. And of course, it's not the only episode that Toad's late for, is it? There's many episodes where, you know, he's always lying, he'll never get up early. And this happens a lot as well, doesn't it? Mole kind of siding with Toad, but Badger sternly tells him. Oh, no. And Ratty, the ever-optimist, being with Badger. Very stern though, isn't he, in this one, Badger? I mean, he's very kind of, why should he boss him around like this? But he's kind of the boss, isn't he? And it's interesting, isn't it, when you think of, you know, he's towers above them, he's got this height. And because of that, I think he does pose as this kind of grandfatherly figure, you know, the wise one. But he is right, you know, they should get on with it. And and again, this doesn't happen that often. We've got the narrator continue narrating here. It's kind of a montage. We see all the characters gathering the berries. Into a hollow tree. I mentioned this hollow tree before. I think this set has come up before in other episodes. Now this, I always think of this as a famous scene. It's not famous as such, but it's such a iconic scene for me. And we've got Barry Purvis animating Toad here. It's a Jackie Cockle directed episode, and you've got Barry Purvis and Sue Pugh doing the animators. Doing the animation. And it's so dramatic here. I mean, Toad is so... he's making such a fuss that he's pricked his thumb. Lovely animation of the thumb there. And it's got just a lovely... I love how the music's used in this, the main theme. Again, the main theme is available on iTunes, little plug there, and on CD from Pluto Music. And it's the whole entire orchestral piece. And this is one of the few episodes where you hear more than that intro. You know, the intro you hear when many of the episodes obviously begin with the titles, but it's lovely to hear more of the theme in this episode. I love the contrast of the animation here. The posing of Toad is wonderful, and again, that's the genius of Barry. Now this is wonderful here. They're talking about not eating anything poisonous, and interestingly, 2 weeks ago, of course, I reviewed Badger's Remedy. So, the way his face falls here, absolutely wonderful. Now they're talking about deadly nightshade. Obviously, don't eat those. Yes, they're very, very poisonous. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can cook them. So Badger's saying, don't eat, just pick. And I don't know if that means he's going to sort through the berries later and say, well, we have those, or whether everything can in fact be cooked. Maybe that is the case. I obviously don't know. If anyone knows, do leave a comment. But I would have thought deadly nightshade is you stay completely away just by the very name. And look how Toad is being so dramatic here. And Ratty here. Never mind, I love that. So Ratty's saying, going through various berries, was it these and these? And again, he's gone through 3 types of berries, so it's like, well, the way Ratty says, well, these then, as in, it must be these, which must mean that Deadly Nightshade must have been one of the other 2, which again alludes to the idea that you can cook them. You know, Ratty's picked them up and collected them. So he's getting a real telling off here, just like a child. And he is like a child here, isn't he? More than ever, I think. And the way he's sucking his thumb even, you know, and stamping, almost having a tantrum there. And I love that looking back. My dad always liked that shot. the eye. You just get a glimpse of the eye looking back. And Ratty, I like how Ratty takes on this role of kind of he's in the middle. He's trying to keep everyone happy. He's kind of stepping in for Badger almost, and Badger goes along with it. And I like that. I think Ratty's got some authority over Badger here, which you don't see often enough. I don't think. I think it's nice to see that. And Mole's just kind of in the background at the moment. I like this. Toodaloo. I think that the weasels are so funny in this one as well. And two weasels we don't see often, you know. The henchman and the chief aren't really the star weasels in this. Nice sense of weight there. And again, great posing from Barry. And I think as an audience, you already get an idea that Toad's going to eat before he gets it to them. We know he's hungry. He's moaning, grumbling about the others. But in fact, as he rests, he's so exhausted trying to get the hamper there. It's absolutely full, isn't it? Full to the brim. Now that set there we see quite a few times actually. I always think of it from Paper Chase, which obviously I reviewed a while back. But it's part of the trail for the Paper Chase. So it's you might call a generic set that's often redressed to suit the seasons and so on. But look at the attention to detail again. All the foliage, all the colours of autumn are present everywhere. Beautiful red of the berries there as well. I think it's Jimmy Hibbert doing at least one of these weasels. Don't think it's Brian Truman. It might be actually. The other one, it might be. And look at all that food. I mean, again, this is Toad sort of being cheeky, a bit naughty. Especially with a Mole, you feel like he's really let Mole down. Mole wanted to eat all along, didn't he? I often see his mouth open quite that much. So I think it's a good script, this one as well. It's well constructed. You've got the perfect chance now well, it's the perfect reason for the others to get really annoyed with Toad. And the fact that the weasels are just above, it could easily happen, a little bit far-fetched, but of course, so many episodes are. But the weasels just putting it right there, right where Toad is. Beautiful frame. I love that shot there of Toad framed by the leaves, the garden. And then again, we go back to a montage of the others picking the berries. So you've got these kind of other subplots going on, or weasels getting up to their business, and Toad with his hamper, and all the time Badger, Ratty, Mole sticking to it. They're picking all these berries, and it's a beautiful episode where everything culminates, and there's a great twist and a misunderstanding and an argument between the characters coming up. So I do like it. It's well constructed. And the way we kind of cut in between Badger, Ratty, Mole and the weasels, it's well balanced, I think. I love the animation of Ratty here, realising just the head there and then the head again. And I think Barry would have done Ratty here as well. We've got Sue again, Sue Q. I think we always did Mole and maybe Badger.
It's gone. Gone? I put it all in there. Well, it isn't there now. Are you quite sure? Of course I'm sure. Have a look for yourself.
Ratty almost having a go at Badger there, so I'm sure.
After them! Oh my goodness! Yes!
And you feel their anger in you. You think, how dare the weasels do that? They're absolute villains. Look at that beautiful animation of Toad's eyes there, just coming to, And again, that combination of all the groans that David Jason would have delivered. Oh, that sort of waking up. He must have had free rein. He probably did very many versions of that.
Oh dear.
Now Toad feels a bit guilty, but, and then he notices the berries.
Autumn thingy. Blackberries and nuts. Oh, I say.
Now, what's never struck me before actually is if Toad genuinely feels, as he does, that the others left their harvest there,
Oh, well, I better take them back.
then presumably they would have put them all there while Toad was asleep and sort of left him to sleep. Or were they there when Toad arrived? I think. But
Oh my goodness.
now you see they've been running, of course. And Ratty, you really feel Ratty's anger, didn't you? And the way he's posing there, his look, he looks so annoyed and badger, of course. But this is so funny. It always cracks me up with. It's the way they laugh, it's so good. And the chief's really happy.
Well done, lads. Right, where is it? Come on.
It wasn't the best dumping place, was it? And the fact that all the berries tumbled down.
Was here. What do you mean it was
That
here?
shot then, you think, well, it was here. I always can see some berries as just his and reds. It could have been a bit barer to make it really obvious that everything had completely gone. Beautifully delivered lines. I mean, they're so funny. They've got this real skill. Again, I think it was Jimmy Hibbert and maybe Brian Truman, but of making every line sound so funnier than it actually is written down. Of one of the Weasels saying, I can't understand it, but to deliver it in that way, it's so funny when you've got the chief sort of there. And Wayne saying, I can't understand it. Can you, chief? Oh, it makes me laugh. It makes my dad laugh as well, again. Animation of the flag there on top of the car, isn't that nice? Nice little touch there. And just the sense there's a gentle wind around. I've always loved that wide shot. I think that section there's a gap between that and the actual set, so that's where the animators got in to animate. Again, practiced a lot these days. Now again, this is where everything comes together, and where Toad has got the harvest, and they've always believed it was the Weasels all along. I don't think they ever actually had evidence that it was the Weasels, did they? They never actually saw them with it. I don't think they got a hint of that they're carrying something. But it never was actually completely proved. So, they're kind of convinced it's the Weasels, but then of course Toad reveals that he's got it. And they can't believe what they can see.
Oh my goodness. Toad, you foolish creature. Eh? Taking it without a word.
Taking it without a word. But of course Toad wouldn't take it, would he? You'd only take it to keep it safe. He wouldn't take it for himself.
Well, it certainly wasn't us, Toad. Well, it certainly wasn't me. Toad, you're prevaricating again. You had no right to do such a thing. Oh, Toad, you do tell me awful stories. Look here,
And it's bad, isn't it? You feel sorry for Toad, really, because it's not Toad's fault at all. He's trying to do the right thing.
You want to come on, you wretched Harley's out in the first place. Stop it. We'll never get to the bottom of things if we all shout at one another. Just what I was trying to say. Absolutely.
So here,
We'll think better when we've eaten.
I do like it. I must admit, I do like it when they argue, because it gives it real drama. It's very adult. And this now, Badger and Mole apologise, and Toad doesn't. But it's not really Toad's fault, is it? At all. But what's nice is he apologises when it is right to apologise, when he realises he's actually, he's eating all the hamburger. He has. And we've got the usual Oto, but I like that he apologises here. When he feels, he should apologise. But hiccuping all the way through. Now, what's nice here is where he says "oh" there on the Autumn Antics video originally, we had the transition to the next episode. We didn't get the titles, as was the case in many videos, certainly the seasonal ones. But when I saw the episode for the first time with the end credits, it's the fact we say, well, the point is, and it overlaps with the credits. So it's just nice to see the full bit of dialogue that was delivered, the full bit of the script, of course. There was a 4 seasons video, if anyone remembers that, a double video that was released in, I think, 97, 98. Got it behind me somewhere. Just 4 episodes, and that was one of them. And I think that was the first time I would have seen it with the credits. Anyway, yes, love that episode. I do love the, again, like I say, the construction and the way everything comes together. The weasels kind of get their comeuppance because they haven't got the harvest after all. They never get their comeuppance from the others, and as far as Badger, Ratty and Mole are concerned, they weren't anything to do with it all along. It seems like Toad did take it, even though he's saying he didn't. None of that's quite resolved. They just want to eat, and it's like, well, let's just think better when we've eaten. And of course, they don't get to eat because Toad's had it all. So it's nice that it's not an episode about a craze for Toad, and that's what I like about it. You know, so many of them about Toad likes his craze. This one is about something Toad doesn't want to do. He goes along with it, and then he does something foolish at the end. But yeah, a lot of comedy in it, and it is a real classic. It stands out for me. It's, like I say, beautifully shot. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. Next week, what we got next week? Yes, we go from this one, the general one, just called Harvest, but next week it's Toad's Harvest. And I thought it'd be quite nice to go for that one next week, because it's almost like this is Badger, Ratty and Mole's idea of harvesting. Next week we get to see Toad's idea of harvesting. Much later in the series, it's a series 4 episode, and it's one of my absolute favourites from series 4, even though the weasels aren't present. I do love the weasels. But it's so good. It's got one of my all-time favourite scenes, which is the last scene in that one. But yeah, let's save all that till next week. So yeah, please do continue to leave comments. Like I say, I'm very busy with lots of other things going on at the moment, but I will get to your messages, I promise. Just lots going on. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking with them. And I will see you next week for Toad's Harvest. All the best. Enjoy the autumn weather. A little bit like summer still at the moment, thankfully. And see you soon. Cheers then.